I'm Bobby Rhine for FCDallas.com, where we take a closer look at the matchups for Friday night's MLS Cup rematch between FC Dallas and Colorado. Here's a look at the tactics. For the Colorado Rapids last week in their 4-1 home win over DC United, the formation for them was a 4-4-2. Matt Pickens was in goal, familiar back four for the Rapids, familiar midfield four for Colorado, and then Connor Casey and Caleb Folan up top together. For FC Dallas in their 2-0 road loss to the Columbus Crew, it was a 4-1-4-1 formation, a Hemelu at the right back role, and then everything else we saw was very similar to what we've seen over the last couple of weeks. Now for FC Dallas, I believe to have a success in this match, the first key for them will to be able to force Colorado to defend wide areas of the field. And what I mean by that is, can players in the center of the park for FC Dallas move the ball to get players like Marvin Chavez, Fabian Castillo, so that they're getting the ball into areas where they're really forcing the midfield four of Colorado to stretch and expand and defend more area of the field. At Pizza Hut Park, that will be very important for FC Dallas to have a key to success. And in this clip, you'll see DC United is in possession, and they're moving the ball fairly quickly, trying to get side to side to create that wide play. And what they're doing, they're trying to find a way through from that very compact midfield four of the Colorado Rapids. So when you look at FC Dallas, can they really get the ball moving quickly side to side to try to break that initial line of the midfield four? We talked to Daniel Hernandez, who will certainly play a role in implementing that key.
You know, they're pretty physical in the midfield with Lorinowitz and Mastroeni, and they do a great job of trying to clog up that middle for sure. And everyone that knows us, I think that's probably one of our strengths in the midfield. We have a lot of guys on the offensive side, and so I think they'll try to make sure and clog that midfield up, and their outside midfielders do a great job of getting up and down as well, and trying to help out in the middle of defending. So I definitely think it's one of their strengths as well, and I think it'll be a great matchup.
So certainly FC Dallas is aware of what they need to do to have some midfield success against Colorado, and I believe the second key for FC Dallas to find success on Friday night against Colorado will be able to contain the coordinated movements of their two forwards. So when you look at Colorado, these two players, whether it be Connor Casey or Caleb Folan, really move well together. Omar Cummings came into the game for the Rapids in the second half. Connor Casey had a little bit of a hamstring, so that's something to keep an eye on. But either way, whoever's in there and up top for the Rapids, they will look to move in certain ways where they're trying to pull the center defenders for FC Dallas out of position, and then they'll try to get a player running through the heart of the Dallas defense. What will be needed is good communication with the center of defense and good coordination and good organization in order to prevent any player running through them. And you'll see in this clip here that the combination play for the Colorado Rapids, it's a ball into the feet of Connor Casey. Caleb Folan begins moving, and then they start trying to get that player in behind. It's a good, quick movement by the Colorado attack, and it's something that certainly they will look to do throughout the game. Well, the objective from the Colorado forwards is very clear, so much so that we thought we'd show you another clip from their last game.
They're very experienced at getting us out of position and kind of knowing what they want to do while we're out of position. So it's key that the other center back and I, as well as the outside back, communicate a lot and know what's going on.
I'll leave the third key for FC Dallas when we look at Friday night's match is something we've heard Schellas Hyndman talking a lot about. It has nothing to do with formations or players, other than the fact that he's looking for emotional intelligence. And what Schellas Hyndman means by that is he wants his players to keep their head. He wants them to play emotional, but don't commit silly fouls. Don't overcommit yourself in order to make a play that will ultimately get someone sent off. And so in the last 3 games, there's been 2 red cards. That is certainly something that FC Dallas will look to remedy on Friday night when they have the MLS Cup rematch. With Colorado at a 3-0 record and FC Dallas still in search of their first victory of the season, is this perhaps the one that kickstarts the 2011 season for the home side, FC Dallas? That game will kick off on Fox Soccer at 8 p.m., or you can tune in for your Spanish listeners on 1270 a.m. Voz del Pueblo with your host Carlos Alvarado in his 16th year on the call. It is the MLS Cup rematch, Dallas, Colorado, a date that players have had circled on their calendars for many months. Kicks off Friday night. Make sure you're there. For FCD TV, I'm Bobby Rhine.